With superb diving, incredible Islamic architecture, and more ancient history than almost any other place on Earth, Egypt is too big and varied to see properly in one trip. This list of things not to miss picks out some of the main highlights and will give you a colourful introduction to this fascinating country. The monumental Sun Temple of Ramses II is the most spectacular of the Nubian antiquities that, during the construction of the High Aswan Dam, were relocated to higher ground on the shores of Lake Nasser. The descent into the underworld, the judgment of Osiris, and the rebirth of the pharaoh are vividly depicted on the walls and ceilings of the royal tombs in the Valley of the Kings. Sold from pushcarts or in sit-down diners, Egyptian street food, with dishes such as tarmiya, kushari, fool, and shawarma, is tasty, cheap, and nourishing. The centuries-old tradition of rokshaki, oriental dance or belly dancing, is best seen at clubs frequented by locals, where the dancers and musicians will set your pulse racing. Dedicated to the ancient Theban triad of Amun, Mut, and Khonsu, the vast Karnak temple complex reached its zenith during the New Kingdom. Make tracks into the dunes of the Western Desert, or the canyons of Sinai, on a jeep or camel safari. Overnight trips or major expeditions are easily arranged. Cairo, the city of 1,000 minarets, is teeming with life and chock full of architectural masterpieces and historic monuments. Our advice is to head straight for the Khan al-Khalili Bazaar, or the Citadel. These lateen sailboats can be hired for an afternoon lazing on the Nile, or a 2 or 3 day journey from Aswan, visiting the temples at Komombo and Edfu. Most towns in Egypt have a sprinkling of juice bars or carts, where you can quench your thirst with whatever's in season, from freshly pressed oranges and mangoes to strawberries and sugarcane. Beneath the Carmus quarter of Alexandria are the spookiest tombs in Egypt, with a bizarre fusion of pharaonic, Greek, and Roman funerary motifs reflecting the city's ancient diversity. A tract of weird, wind-eroded rock formations in Farafra Oasis, the White Desert is often visited on overnight safaris from the neighbouring oasis of Bahariya. A hot air balloon ride provides magnificent views of the Theban necropolis on Luxor's west bank, and a chance to escape the hustle and bustle of the city. One of the most ancient cult centres in Egypt, Abydos' mortuary temples of Seti I, contains magnificent bas-reliefs, which are the finest to have survived from the New Kingdom. Aswan has been Egypt's gateway to Nubia since ancient times, and its islands, bazaars and riverside restaurants will keep you happy in between excursions to sites such as Abu Simbel. The awesome peak known as Mount Sinai is revered as the site where Moses received the Ten Commandments from God, and should be high on a list of places to visit in Egypt. The vast and dusty Egyptian Museum is home to Tutankhamun's treasures, monumental statues from the Old Kingdom and the Umayyad era, a dozen royal mummies, and countless other artefacts. Less famous than the Giza trio, the pyramids of Dahshur are no less fascinating, and far less crowded. The Bent Pyramid, resting place of Snofru, has a distinctive angled top. Egypt's oldest marine nature park, Ras Mohammed boasts spectacular shark reefs and the wreck of the British-built ship Dunraven. With its fabulous seafood and vintage coffee houses, its dazzling new library, and the chance to dive the ruins of Cleopatra's palace, there's plenty to discover in the Mediterranean port city of Alexandria. Secluded beneath Mount Sinai, St. Catherine's Monastery harbours the burning bush that appeared to Moses in the Bible, among other holy relics. The world's most famous monuments, the pyramids and the Sphinx at Giza, have inspired scholarly and crackpot speculations for centuries. This Sinai chill-out zone is renowned for its diving, beach cafes and camel and jeep safaris into the peninsula's rugged interior. With its unique culture, hilltop citadel and spring-fed pools, Siwa is rated by many visitors as the best of Egypt's oases.